And go ahead and if you've got the tight hip flexors, or if you just need some height, always feel free to use pillows, sit on pillows or blankets, whatever you need. And then however you're seated, go ahead and switch. So put that other leg in front, try and get the non-natural leg. And I totally feel that too today. All right, so sitting ourselves up nice and tall, maybe rocking it a little bit from side to side or front to back. Just beginning to ground yourselves. It always kind of reminds me of the Weebles wobble, but they never fall down. So that little wobble, just the wobble of kind of centering, finding ourselves, lengthening up through the muscles. Maybe you need to twist a little bit, maybe roll a little bit. But finding our center, and let's go ahead and start off with some torso circles. So let's go ahead and circle this. And circle that. And you can start off with small circles with that torso and beginning to make them bigger. Take up as much room as you need to. It's your practice. Good, and then let's go ahead and torso circle the other way. So circle that, moving the other way. And you might find that one way feels more awkward than the other, especially if you have your awkward leg in front. That's what I'm finding on this side right now. Good, let's go ahead and bring ourselves back to center. Try and sit that up nice and tall. And let's roll those shoulders back. So rolling that out. Good. And then let's roll that forward. Those shoulders forward. And roll that back again. And roll that forward. Very nice. Relax those shoulders, relax those arms away from the ears, and let's look over to the right. So thinking about our chin going over towards our shoulder, right shoulder. And you might find that your left shoulder is kind of following. Try and keep that left arm, left shoulder back and away. Good. Bring that head back to center, and then let's look over to the left. Same thing. That right shoulder might want to like follow. Try not to let it. Try and keep it back so that you keep everything open and down. Good, so that we get as much of that stretching in the neck, some releasing of the tension. Bring that head back to center. Let's drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. Maybe relax that left arm if you want. You don't have to. But let's take that right hand just right above that left ear. Oh, just a gentle pressure. And you can begin to use your breath. We don't have to use that major yoga breath yet, but begin to lengthen your breath, your breathing. Good, let's bring that head back to center. And let's drop our left ear towards our left shoulder, maybe releasing that right arm. And let's take that left hand just right above that ear, right ear. Good. And then release that as well. Let's drop our chin down towards our chest. And then our eyes are going to lift to the ceiling. Good, drop that chin down to chest. And then eyes to sky. And chin to chest. And eyes to sky. Head back to center, back to neutral. Look to the right. Look to the left. Drop our chin to center. And let's do half neck circles here. So ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to shoulder. Let's take this from side to side. And today I'm finding that, because I'm trying to be very aware of tension, I'm finding that my shoulders are kind of following. So I'm really having to be intentional about keeping my shoulders down and away today. Sometimes I don't, but today I'm having to because my muscles are kind of pulling up. So just awareness is often helpful to help lengthen and open up our muscles. Good, go ahead and drop that chin back down to chest. Lift that head to center, roll our shoulders back and roll that forward. Good, let's add in our arms and our sun breath. And I love it because it's very sunny out today. So nice. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale it out. And again, inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. And inhale and sweep it up. And exhale it out. Let's add in a little bit of rotation this time. Inhale and sweep it up. As we exhale, let's drop our left hand to our right thigh and right hand just beside us or a little bit behind us. Good. Inhale and take it center and rotate it to the other side. Inhale at center and rotate to the right. Inhale center and rotate to the left. Inhale at center, adding on here. As we exhale, let's clasp our hands behind us, opening up our chest, opening up the shoulders. If it's not available to you to clasp your hands, then always feel free to use your strap. You can grab that strap and hold on to that. Or if you have a towel, you can hold on to a towel too. Whatever works for you, whatever helps you to open up that chest, opening up the shoulders. Drop our chin to chest, hands are still behind us. Lift our head to center, look over to the right, look over to the left. Let's bend at our elbows, hands over to our right waist, and let's squeeze that back. Good. Inhale it here. And exhale out. Let's switch sides. Take that over to the other side, elbow back. Opening shoulder and chest here. Inhale it here. And exhale it out. Good. Shake that out, release that. Let's inhale, sweep our arms up. As we exhale, let's drop our left hand to our left thigh. Right hand, let's take that thumb and follow our spine down and try and get that hand to the floor. And now we're going to do a deeper twist, bigger twist to the side. And breathe into this bigger twist. Wonderful. Bring that back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Let's take it to the other side. So right hand's going to go to that left thigh. Thumb is going to follow our spine down and twisting to the left. Deep twist here and breathe. Good. Bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep it up. Let's go ahead and drop our right hand down. Reach over with that left arm. Lengthening through that, and think about, instead of rotating shut or closed, rolling over, we're thinking about rotating open towards the sky, towards the sun, the ceiling. Oh. And inhale, lift this up. Let's go ahead and drop that left hand down, reach over with the right. And again, open rotation, rotating that belly and chest towards the sun, towards the sky, and breathe. And inhale and sweep. Let's go right and left again. So let's go ahead and drop that right hand down, reach over with the left, rotating open. And other side one more time. Inhale it up and drop that down and reach and rotating open. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Clasp our hands at the top. You can exhale as we press through our arms. Let's lengthen up through that torso, and we'll do 3 side breaths so that we invite our nervous system to join us today. Let's inhale deeply here. And big exhale it out or sigh it out. 2 more times. Inhale it deeply here. And exhale, sigh out. And one more time. Inhale deeply here. And exhale, sigh it out. Arms down in front of us. Stop hands, rotate wrists. And rotate the other way. Good. Opening this up. Take our palms facing up. Make some fists. Roll that in. So make an exaggerated bicep. Let's do a little bit of seated cat and cow here. So let's really open that chest. Let's arch that back. And then let's go ahead and round that elbows together. So let's inhale and arch. Exhale and round. 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 Good. Bring that spine back to neutral. Open those arms back up, palms facing down. Roll those shoulders out and roll that forward. Good. And shake that out. Very nice. If you're sitting on something, you can go ahead and move that. We're going to lean it back and we're going to start, we've warmed up that upper body. Now we're going to start warming up that lower body. So let's lean ourselves back. Fingers are facing forward, and we can take our feet as wide as our hips, or you could take them wider if you want. And let's go ahead and drop those knees from side to side. Windshield wiper, waking up hips, hip flexors, glutes, IT bands. Oh, hamstrings, ankles. Picking up that whole lower body. Good, let's go ahead and keep that right leg in front. Nice zigzag. Sit it up center tall. Twist to our left first. So a big tall twist to the left. And now we get our wonderful, wonderful twist to the right. And breathe. Breathe into this nice deep twist. Maybe your hip and glute, inner thigh are lifted up off the ground. Maybe you're able to look over that right shoulder. Get as much of a twist here and use that deep, deep belly breath as much as possible to really inflate that belly, that diaphragm. And then when you exhale, let it all out. Good, let's bring this to center and let's go quick twist for 4. So let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last 1 and back to center. Keep it here in center and kind of hinge forward so that maybe your hands can be on the floor. If that's not available, then you can put your hands on a block. Because if you're finding that your glutes are coming way up off the floor, if you're hinging forward, then use some height there to help that out. But trying to keep our glutes down, trying to hinge ourselves forward, and just to open up that hip even more. That hip, hip flexors. Very good. And then go ahead and lean this back again, and let's windshield wiper those legs again. So taking that from side to side. Good, let's go ahead and have that left leg in front, sitting ourselves up tall center, twisting to the right first, so a tall twist. And then big twist to the left. Oh, and maybe looking over that left shoulder if that's available. Maybe a yawn will come out. Ah, yeah. Big deep breath. big twisting here. Maybe that hip glute is lifted. And let's go ahead and bring this to center and let's go quick for 4. So let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last one and back to center. Good. As we are in center, let's try and hinge on this side. And either hands may be flat on the floor or on your block. Or if you need to stack 2 blocks, if you need even a higher height, if you're finding that your glutes are just like completely lifting up, listen to your body, use what you've got around to help. Very good. And then let's release that. Let's go ahead and bring both of our feet together, heels together. And you can either grab at your ankles or you can grab underneath your heels, just whatever works best for you. Opening this up, nice inner thigh butterfly stretch here. And breathing that. And you might rock it a little bit if you want. Good. And opening that up. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take our legs nice and long. And keep our knees bent. Flex through our feet. Let's reach up through our arms and hinge ourselves forward. Shoulders down and back. We're lengthening through our arms so that we get a good spinal stretch here. Again, our legs are bent so that we're focusing more on our back here. We'll get to our legs in a moment. Let's inhale and lift this up. And exhale and hinge this forward. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, hinge this forward. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, hinge. And inhale and lift. And exhale and hinge. Good. Inhale and lift this up. Keep ourselves here and lengthen through our arms. So you can exhale as you bring your arms down. So now we're in a boat pose. You can take your feet a little further apart if you want, or you can keep them together. It's up to you. We're going to hold ourselves in this nice boat pose. Keep our shoulders away. So you might have to be intentional today about keeping your shoulders down and back away from your ears and holding this boat pose. So this is 100% core. We're getting that, and hips, hip flexors fill in the quads too. So just holding this boat pose and breathing, inhaling it deeply and exhaling it out. And again, inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And one more time, inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good, let's bring our arms behind us. Place our feet on the floor and let's go into a tabletop. So pressing through our hands, through the heels of our hands, pressing through our feet, let's lift our pelvis up. I love this one. For the shoulders and the biceps. And of course, the strengthening of the core here as well. Maybe those feet are able to grip into the floor. Feet and hands. It's kind of like a little monkey move. Hands and feet gripping into the floor, holding yourself up, trying to keep that pelvis lifted. Try not to let the pelvis sink. Try to keep that lifted. And our neck is neutral. So we're either looking straight ahead or slightly upwards or a little bit upwards, but we're not letting that head crunch back into the shoulders or the neck. So holding this here, 2 more deep breaths. Inhale and exhale it out. And again, inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good, let's drop that pelvis down. Simple cross leg. Sit that up and hinge this forward. And maybe walk those hands out. Get a good opposing stretch for the shoulders too, in the back. So we're going to do that tabletop again, or you can go a little further and go into a reverse plank. So it's up to you. You either get to reverse plank here, or you're going to do tabletop again. So find whichever works best for you. If you're going to do reverse plank, we're going to take our legs nice and long, press through our heels. Fingers are still facing those legs, And let's go ahead and lift this up. If this is too difficult on your wrist, then you can always feel free to go down to the elbows. It's that same motion, it's that same core work. But breathing. And this one's a little harder because we don't have the bend in the knees. Those legs are long. So you're having to use your core even more to keep that pelvis lifted, keep the belly and the hips and the glutes, those strong glutes. It's really easy to let those glutes droop. We want to keep that lifted. Keep it lifted and breathing. Good, one more deep breath, inhale. And exhale it out. Drop that pelvis, circle cross leg again. Actually, go ahead and take that other leg in front and hinge this forward. Good. And from that difficult pose to our very difficult pose, staff pose. Let's lengthen through our legs. Let's flex, super flex through our feet. Toes are trying to get towards our shins. Reach up through our arms. So we've got a capital L going on here. Super flex through fingers, super flex through feet. So that we're very, very flexed here. And we're really having to use that core to keep ourselves lifted. This is one of the most challenging yoga poses. Let's breathe it here. Inhale deeply and exhale it out. And you'll find the more that you practice the staff pose, the more that you can get those legs like flat to the floor, possibly. Let's keep breathing. Inhale it here and exhale it out. And one more time. Inhale it deeply here and exhale it out. We're going to do an opposing stretch here. So go ahead and bend those knees and give yourself kind of a hug. Surround that spine and hug that here. Oh, good. Go ahead and release that. Lengthen back through those legs. Let's bring our right leg in. Go ahead and we'll do half jackknife here, or almost a half. It's a half staff pose. We've got our leg in. So we've got that foot flex. Let's take our right over left. Let's wrap that left arm around our right and twist that to the right. Keep that left foot flexed and active. And breathe. I feel this in my back rib cage, lower back rib cage today. And it feels good. It's good to use that breath to open that up. Good. Let's twist it towards the other side. So twisting to the left and breathe. And let's bring this back to center. Take the bottom of our foot to our inner thigh. Take that leg out. Peace fingers, reaching either for your toe or hand for your shin, or other hands for the thigh, just depending on your mobility today. And you can take your other hand to your lowest rib, or you can reach over. Again, depending on what you feel like doing today. If you feel like stretching like that, I feel like being more open today. So I'm going to do my hand at my lowest rib today so that I can really focus on using my elbow to help open this up. And breathe. Remembering every day is different. Your body might be like, I need to do something more in this area today. So just listening to that, and you, as you're doing it, you might feel like, might be like, oh yeah, okay. Good. And bring that back to center. Let's lengthen back up through a staff pose. You're a pro at this. Let's go 3 breaths. Inhale deeply and exhale it. And again, inhale deeply and exhale it. One more time. Inhale it deeply and exhale it. Good. Releasing our arms down. And let's go ahead and bring our other leg in. So half staff. Bring that left leg in, and then let's go ahead and take our left leg over right. Let's wrap that right arm around. Keep that right foot flexed. Keep that nice and active. Oh, and breathe. And then let's go ahead and turn it towards the other, towards the inside. There we go. And breathe. And then back to center, bottom of that foot goes to the inner thigh, peace fingers, big toe, shin, or thigh. And go ahead and reach. And if you had your arm up on the other side, go ahead and have it up on this side. If you didn't, that's what we're working on, remember, too, in our yoga practice is balance. So trying to do the same thing on both sides of the body, even if on one side it's super easy. If it's not easy on the other side yet, then you're okay. You have to, you need to keep it doing the same thing on both sides until it becomes easier. And then you can challenge yourself again to do the next level. Same thing on both sides. Breathing this here. And release that. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and grab a block. Take that block between those knees and let's take ourselves down onto our backs. Do a little bit of bridge work here. So we've got the feet lined up with the knees lined up with the hips. We've got that block in between those knees. I love using the block because it keeps the inner thighs working the whole time, because you have to hold that block there. If your inner thighs have to work, they've got to be squeezing. So let's go ahead and take our hands, elbows, triceps, lift our pelvis up towards the ceiling. Take that up nice and slow. You can take that up at your own pace. And then just holding at the top here. And then very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, we're going to roll that spine down. So taking that down to the floor, the pelvis is going to be down last. Good. All right, now we'll add in the breath. So we're going to inhale, lift it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold at the bottom for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2. Let's do one more time like that. Inhale it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's inhale and lift. Just inhale, hold it up at the top. So let's hold this bridge here. Let's press through our toes and lift our heels. So we'll stretch through those calves first. Still holding that block in those thighs. Still got that between those knees so that we're engaging those inner thighs this whole time. Good, and then let's go ahead and flatten through our feet, press through our heels, and lift our toes. So now we've got that flex. Breathing. Good, let's go ahead and flatten back through those feet. Very nice, hold this here. Breathe, inhale it. As we exhale, let's go ahead and release that pelvis down to the floor. Good, and you can release that block, reach behind our right thigh, pull that in. Oh, that feels good. Release that, reach behind our left thigh, pull that in. Good. And release that. Very nice. No block this time, because we're going to go into single leg bridge. Feet again are lined up with our ankles, or ankles are lined up with our knees are lined up with our hips. And you might even want to get a little bit closer just so that those knees don't fall apart when you come up. So let's go ahead and lift that pelvis up towards the ceiling. Let's press through our right foot, center our hips, and go ahead and lift our left leg up. We've got our left leg lifted. Let's take our left ankle, place it onto our right thigh. And so we were getting up here. Form a stretch here, figure 4, our hip, IT band. And breathe. And you're doing a single leg bridge. So you're having to use the strength of the glute on that right leg. Inhale it here. As we exhale, drop that pelvis down towards the floor. Reach our hands behind our right thigh. Pull that towards you. Oh, and an even deeper hip stretch. And your upper body might need to come up. If you've got the mobility and flexibility, you can let your upper body stay down on the ground. But I'm feeling that when I put it down. Oh, goodness. Good. Go ahead and release just that right leg. Press through our right foot. Let's lift that pelvis back up towards the ceiling. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and bring that left leg up. And the left leg goes back down to the floor. So now we're back into that bridge. So back into that nice bridge. Think about your alignment. Make sure your knees are lined up with your hips and ankles. Let's press through our left foot. So find our strong left leg, center through our hips, and let's go ahead and lift our right leg. Right ankle to that left thigh. And nice figure 4, piriformis stretch on this side, on this right side. Holding this here, breathe. And this is a very difficult one because you're just using that one leg. Very good. Let's inhale it here. As we exhale, drop that pelvis down and let's reach behind left thigh. Pull that in, and you might want to bring that upper body up, or if you can keep it flat on the floor, then go for it. Do what works for you, what is working for you today. Good, let's release that left foot back to the floor. Lift that pelvis back up. So back up into that single leg bridge. And then let's bring that right leg up. And then right leg goes back to the floor. Regular bridge, so let's hold it here. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. And slowly drop that pelvis down towards the floor. Very good. Let's reach behind both knees. Just gently pull that in, or you don't even have to pull that in. You can just bring those knees up, and we're going to drop both of our knees over to the right. So we get a good spinal stretch here, arms out into a T. Oh, that feels really good. And we're going to spin the rest of the time right here. Just kidding. All right, bring that the legs back to center and then drop over to the other side, or maybe we'll spin the rest of the time on this side. Oh, arms are still on the T, out in a T, legs are off to that side. And breathe. I was finding that everything was locking up or feeling really tight, so I was holding my breath. Continue to do that deep breathing. Good, bring those legs back to center. And then let's go ahead and drop them over to the side. Facing me, press yourself up. And let's go ahead and bring ourselves up onto all fours. And we'll go into cat and cow, and then our first balance of morning. So we've got our shoulders over our wrists, our hips are over our knees. Let's go ahead and drop that belly to the floor. And you can actually let yourself kind of sink here. Oh. Eyes are to the sky, belly is drooping to the floor. Maybe rocking side to side. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and round that spine up. Take our chin to chest. Really, really, really round that. So think about each articulation of the spine, opening up those traps, those lats, all those nice back muscles. And you might be rocking from side to side here, or you can rock from front to back here. Just enjoying this long stretch, and then we'll move into the cat and cow mixture. So let's go ahead and drop that belly, inhale. Round the spine, exhale. Drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine, exhale. Good, flatten through that back, through that spine. Let's go into our bird dog. So let's go ahead and lengthen up through our right leg, flex through that foot so the toe is pointed down. And if it's available to you, lifting up that left arm. So this is our bird dog. This is our balance, holding this nice balance pose. Let's go ahead and bring elbow to knee 6 times. So let's go ahead and bring this in for 6 and reach. Here's 5 and reach. Here's 4 and reach. Here's 3 and reach. Here's 2 and reach. And last one, reach it and hold it. Good. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you can release the arm and release the leg. So good. These little biped, quadruped positions are so good for the body, for strengthening the body, for stretching the body, for mobility. Let's go ahead and take that left leg up. So lengthen up through that left leg, toe pointed down, foot is flexed. And if it's available, reaching out through that right arm. So you've got this nice balance here. Bird dog on the other side. And breathe. Let's take elbow to knee 6 times here. Bring this in for 6 and reach. Here's 5 and reach. Here's 4 and reach. Here's 3 and reach. It's 2 and reach. And last one, let's reach and hold. Hold this here. And release the arm, release the leg. Take this back into our child's pose. Woo. First child's pose of the practice. Lengthen through our arms. Glutes go back to those heels. If your glutes can't get back to your heels, no worries. If it bothers you, you can always put a blanket or pillow between your heels and your glutes, or another rolled up mat. Again, that's the beauty of doing this at home. You can use whatever you have around, whatever props, however many props you need. Whatever helps to make your practice successful. Good, looking at our fingers. Let's walk both of our hands over to the right. Let's take that left hand, place it on top of that right hand, and let's sit our left glute towards our left heel. And breathe. And then the other side, walk the hands over. And then let's go ahead and take that right hand, place it on top of the left. And that right glute is going to go back towards that right heel. And then bring that back to center. Very good. And then let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up onto all fours. Let's do a little bit of shoulder stretch right here. So let's go ahead and lift our right arm up. Lift this up. Let's thread the needle through, temple to the floor, and both palms on the floor. Now you can keep those palms on the floor. If you want to take that top arm and bind that around, that means to kind of wrap that around your back and reach for that inner thigh, the opposite inner thigh. You can do that to open up that shoulder. And then go ahead and release that, both palms on the floor, press ourselves up back onto all fours. Let's take it other side, lift that left arm up, thread the needle through, temple on the floor. You can have both palms on the floor, or you can wrap that top arm around. And let's press hands back to the floor. Very good. You can place your blocks where you want them for our sun salutations. We're going to go into our first downward facing dog. So let's curl our toes under, keep our knees bent, press through our hands, and lift our tails to the sky. So our first inversion as well, our head is now lower than our heart. Woo. Keep our knees bent, tail is lifted, so we're lengthening through that spine. Maybe nod the head yes, or shake that head no. And begin to pedal our feet. So pedaling our heels and towards the floor. Pedaling that, bicycling that. And finding a little bit of stillness here. Heels down towards the floor. Lift up on our toes, our heels are high. And let's go and drop both of our heels over to one side. And then lift back up on those toes, heels drop over to the other side. And then lift that back up center. And let's go ahead and walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold at the front edge of our mat. We don't need our blocks quite yet, but you can get them ready out in front of you. But you can let your arms dangle, ragdolling here. So we're folded in half, arms are dangling towards the floor. Again, head is lower than the heart. You can take opposite elbow with the opposite hand, make a frame for that head. Gripping the floor, toes are pressing to the floor, heels are pressing to the floor. And then go ahead and release those arms, let those arms dangle. You can take those hands right there to those blocks. And let's go ahead, inhale, lengthen through our spine, a nice tabletop here. Very good. And then exhale and release. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale and release. Our head has been low, so let's take this up nice and slow. Inhale and sweep our arms up. And exhale it around into a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale it, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Right foot stays forward, left foot goes back into lunge. Left hand on the block, on the floor, on a chair, whatever works for you. And let's spinal twist over to the right. Good, and breathe. And go ahead and bring this to center. Take our foot back to meet the other foot into a top of plank. Good, shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes, take our hearts down, lift our hearts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Breathe this here. Your downward facing dog is like your rest. It's your resting pose. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward fold, right edge of our mat. Grabbing those blocks. Let's inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale around a chair. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and release. Left foot stays forward, right foot goes back. Right hand on the block on the floor, on a chair, spinal twist to the left and breathe. And bring this to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot into a top of plank. Shift our weight, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes, take our heart down, lift our heart up. Curl our toes under, lift them, press, downward facing dog, and breathe. Maybe nod that head or shake that head. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward, fold, edge of our mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale it around in chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Right foot stays forward, left foot goes back. Left hand on block or floor. Let spinal twist it to the right again. Good. Very nice. Nice lunge here. And bring that hand back down to the floor. Take our foot back to meet the other foot into a top of plank. Shift that weight, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart's gonna go down, heart's gonna lift up. Curl our toes under, lift and press, downward facing dog, and breathe. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lifting up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Left foot's gonna stay forward, right foot's gonna go back, right hand on block or floor, and spinal twist open to the left. Breathe. And bring this back to center. Take our foot back to meet the other foot into top of plank. Shift that weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Take the heart down, lift that heart up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog, and good. Again, maybe nod the head or shake the head. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands. We're gonna do that one more time. So go ahead and take our hands right to our blocks. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lifting up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Both feet back into a top of plank. We're going to go into pigeon. So let's go ahead and shift our weight forward. Drop to fronts of the knees. Uncurl our toes. We'll get our chaturanga in here. So let's take our heart to the floor. Lift our heart up off the floor. Curl our toes under. Lift and press. So we've got that downward facing dog. And let's hold this here. We're going to go into a single leg down dog. So let's go ahead and center our weight. Lift our right leg up. Bend at our knee and drop our heel over towards that left glute so that we kind of are opening up that hip, getting ourselves ready for our pigeon that's coming up. Let's go ahead and bend that knee, bring that knee back to center, and let's sweep our leg through and take ourselves into a pigeon on the floor. You can always have support underneath that hip if you would like it. So you can be on your hands, you can be on your elbows, or you can be all the way down on the floor. wherever this is feeling most supportive for you, and wherever it's not like super tight to where it's like you're holding your breath. Use the breath here in this nice pigeon. Good. Let's press ourselves halfway up. Got that leg behind us, and then let's go ahead and bring our back leg. We're going to bring it around into pretzel. So let's try and get both of our glutes to the floor. Possibly, maybe, and hands to heart. So trying to center that as much as possible. If that left glute is just lifted up, it's okay. You might even need to be a simple cross leg here if it's super tight, if it's very uncomfortable or painful. Just listening to that body. Trying to get a little bit more hip opening here, a little bit more release of tension. And breathing. Good, let's go ahead and take that top leg and place it back behind us where it was at, so that we're in kind of that pigeon. And then from our pigeon, let's press ourselves up into a downward facing dog. So lifting up, pressing up into a nice down dog here. Once we've gotten into that down dog, let's go ahead and walk our feet to meet our hands into a standing forward fold at the front edge of our mat. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale, release. Both feet back into a top of plank. Good, let's shift our weight forward. Drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart's gonna go down, heart's gonna lift up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog. And we're gonna do pigeon on the other side. So centering our weight here. Let's go ahead and lift our left leg, bend at our knee, and drop our heel over towards that right glute. Maybe flex through that foot. And if you've got any sort of cold or sinus pressure, oh my goodness, this is always killer. Bring that knee back to center. I don't know why it's worse on this side. And so weave that leg through. Maybe it's because it's the second time through of holding that like that. We've got ourselves back into that pigeon. So you're either on your hands, on your elbows, or all the way down on the floor. It was like somebody punched me in my face. Ooh. Maybe 15 minutes in a downward single leg down dog. Wow, I wonder what that would do to the sinuses. Breathing here, remembering if you need support underneath that glute, feel free to use support underneath that glute for this pigeon. And use that breath, that deep breath. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Let's go ahead and press ourselves halfway up. Let's swing our back leg around into pretzel on this side. And again, same thing, trying to get both of our glutes down towards the floor as much as you can without crying. Tears streaming down. It's okay, breathe. And you might even need to, like if you are feeling that comfortably uncomfortable pain, you might even need to engage your autonomic nervous system again and use that sigh, that like big, that might help out. It does help out. So using all of your tools from your toolbox. Very nice. Go ahead and bring our feet together here. So heels are going to come together here. Sit this up tall one more time. Nice inner thigh. Ooh, that's a very good release. Right there. Good butterfly. And then from here, we're going to take it down onto our backs into our final relaxation. So grabbing whatever you need for that. If you've got an eye pillow, regular pillow, blankets, grabbing whatever you need. Let's go ahead and take ourselves down onto our backs. And you can put that eye pillow over your eyes, over your face. Put blankets over you or under you or around you, however that works for you. But finding ourselves nice and long, let's reach our arms out towards one end of the room, reach our feet, our toes towards the other end, adding an inch or 2 or 3 to our height right now, lengthening through that. And breathe. Really, really reach. Enjoy this coming down out of all of that work that we just did. Inhale deeply here. And a deep exhale. Allow yourself to sink, to settle. A few moments of quiet here. To slow everything down. Maybe recognizing muscles that used to be tight before the practice today. Maybe you're finding, oh, there's some relief there. Or you're feeling more open in your joints or more open in your mind. Maybe more clear, breathing is easier. Just recognizing those positive things that come from just doing an hour of this. And some of those things you can feel them right away. And then some of those things happen over time. So recognizing that as well, that you're saving away. This is your piggy bank. Your wellness, your emotional, mental wellness piggy bank. And your physical wellness piggy bank, for sure. Mobility and stability keep you young. They keep you able to balance, able to move, to not be in pain all the time. Slowly, let's bend our knees and tuck our tailbone under, step that low back and be pressed into the floor. And drop those knees over to your most comfortable side. Take yourself onto your side for a breath or two here. And then slowly, let's begin to press ourselves up, bringing ourselves up into a seated pose. So whatever seated pose feels strongest, most comfortable, most supportive for you. Finding yourself in your seated pose, lengthening back up through that spine. Oh, good, nice tall spine. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our palms together and exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift our head to center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today and face the world, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love, a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply. And cleansing exhale. Let's do one more breath here. So one more big inhale. And one more big exhale. And have a blessed rest of your day. And we'll see you next time.